There are a bunch of leaf blowers going on outside my apartment, so I apologize if you hear any of that in the audio, but this is the kind of video that you really don't want to ever see get made. Because today we're talking about two guys who have been such great players over the past few years, few decades even, and some really unfortunate updates that we were given by both the Washington Capitals and the Carolina Hurricanes. You never want to see it go down like this. But today, the Washington Capitals and Nicklas Backstrom have provided an update on his health status. Given my ongoing injury situation, I decided, I'm not going to block them. That's not what I wanted to do. Given my ongoing injury situation, I decided to take some time and step away from the game. This is a difficult decision, but one that I feel is right for my health at this time. I want to thank my teammates, the organization, and the fans for their unwavering support through this process. I ask for privacy at this time as I determine my next steps and viable options moving forward. Brian McClellan, president of hockey operations and GM, said we stand behind Nicklas and will support him throughout this process. We know firsthand how hard he has worked and how determined he is to get back to full health. Our organization stands fully behind him while he takes his leave of absence from the team and takes time to evaluate his current health situation. Now, that is very vague, and that's okay. Not everything needs to be fully concrete with whatever details are there, but for Nicklas Backstrom to step away from the game to the point that he may not play ever again, I'm not going to say it's inevitable that he never plays again, but the way everybody is talking about this entire thing, the way the Capitals phrased it, the way Backstrom himself phrased it, I for one would be pretty surprised if he came back like in 2 months or whatever, but that's just me. For Nicklas Backstrom, he is a guy that honestly has been the most underrated player throughout the entire NHL's 2010 era. This guy was consistently out there with point-per-game years. He had the 100-point season in 2009-2010. That was the year where him, Ovi, and Henrik Sedin were battling it out for the Art Ross with Sidney Crosby. That was some good hockey back then, man. Nicklas Backstrom was the guy pretty much who allowed Ovechkin to be Ovechkin whilst having the prime playmaker to play with. One of the most underrated guys in the 2010s, for sure. Multiple 70, 80-point years, and even last season, he was pretty alright. 21 points, 39 games played. It's just injuries really caught up to Backstrom in the worst way possible. Now even this season, 1.8 games played, taking a leave of absence. There's been speculation saying that he may not ever play again, and at this point, we don't really have too many details, but all we can do is just hope for the best, right? Nicklas Backstrom was a very soft-spoken and quiet dude that just went about his business, setting up Ovechkin and winning his Stanley Cup in the process. This was a warrior, and somebody that I think Washington Capitals fans all acknowledge is going to have his number in the rafters once he calls it a career. 35 years old, signed till the end of 24-25, making $9.2 million a year. This is a contract that's honestly not that bad. Look, you're paying Nick Backstrom to be Nick Backstrom. Who cares how good the Capitals are? If one of your franchise-defining playmakers wants to stick around for your team, you give that guy as much money as he wants. That's totally fine. But with this entire situation at hand, him stepping away, the contract likely going on the LTIR, we'll see how the Capitals navigate this situation going forward. But, of course, this isn't even the only situation from today wherein we've seen a player take a step back from the NHL game. Because the Carolina Hurricanes, they sent out an update on Frederik Andersen earlier today too. During recent medical testing, it was discovered that Frederik Andersen had a blood clotting issue that needed to be addressed. There is currently no timetable for his return, but we're confident that Freddie will be able to make a full recovery, says Don Waddell. Now, the thing is, the Hurricanes' goaltending has not been great this season. If you go over to the Canes and their entire profile, let's scroll down here on Elite Prospects. Freddie Andersen has led the team in save percentage with an .894 in 6 games played, 287 goals against 2. Not really the best set of numbers from this guy, but if there is some sort of a blood clotting issue that has caused him to maybe take a step back in terms of his physical performance, the decline in production actually does make a lot of sense. But of course, if you have a blood clotting issue, that's a really serious deal. So him taking a step back and not playing for a while is indeed appropriate. The Carolina Hurricanes signed Yaroslav Halak, I believe, to a PTO, so that guy's going to be coming on to this team and replacing the minutes for Freddie. But this, of course, is one of those pieces of news as well, just like the Nick Backstrom thing, that you absolutely hate to see. You don't want to see athletes going through any sort of physical turmoil, especially since, you know, they're literally paid to play and have their bodies at 100% capacity. So for Freddie Andersen, of course, we are wishing him the best of recoveries. It's good, at least, that, I mean, basically from the way it's said here, it seems like the Hurricanes caught it early. Like, oh, it was discovered that he has a blood clotting issue that needs to be addressed. Like, it doesn't seem like that big or dire of a situation that's super dangerous at this point, right? I'm no doctor, but the way it's phrased here seems very tame, and it seems like there is a lot of confidence that he'll be able to recover fully, which is, of course, what we want to see 110%. Freddie Andersen is a stud when he is on his game. And even last season, I mean, he had some sort of a down year, 903 save percentage, but he had a 927 in the playoffs for the Canes. This guy is still a beast. So at the end of the day, what we're hoping to see out of Nick Backstrom and Freddie Andersen is full, speedy recoveries. These situations with their health, definitely scary, definitely heartbreaking, definitely not what we want to see, but I want you to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you're a Washington Capitals fan, how do you feel about the way Nick Backstrom's career has gone? This guy, I remember 10 years ago, was up there with the Sedins. He was so good, just such a fantastic playmaker, never had a bad year, never had any sort of a slump, until, of course, the later years. After COVID came and everything shut down, things really became just all over the place for a bunch of these older guys, and Nick Backstrom is 35 years old, so he's definitely not as young as he was when he was battling Henrik Sedin for assist playmaking guy in the year, but yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How do you feel about the way Nick Backstrom's career has gone? Assuming this is it, like assuming he never plays a hockey game again, is he an automatic retiree for the Washington Capitals? And I'll take it a step further and ask the question to just fans in general. Is Nick Backstrom a Hall of Fame player? The guy has, let's go over to his profile over here, NHL. He has 1,033 points, 1,105 games played, 762 assists. This guy's 114 playoff points. He has a Stanley Cup. Where are all the awards that he has won? Yeah, so he's got World Championship gold, Olympic time silver medal, World Under-18 bronze. He has a Gagarin Cup championship, which is great. He was on the All-Star rookie team. He has a Stanley Cup, and he was the SHL Rookie of the Year, all while being one of the most underrated guys in the NHL in the 2010s. Is he a Hall of Famer? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Also, let me know your thoughts about Freddie Andersen and him stepping away from the game too. He'll be taking some time off. Hopefully he recovers properly and returns. But for now, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about these two guys and their overall profiles as hockey players, Caps fans, Canes fans. What are your thoughts on them taking some time away? I hope you enjoyed this video, and bye.